Good morning, Quirky Birders, it's Lynn here, and welcome to another episode of your Quirky Bird Watercolour Advent Challenge. Now today we're going to be painting just a very simple little illustration of a robin. So this has actually been requested, so I'm doing a request. So our little robin is he's a little bit of a sort of a tubby chap this time. So let's just start with the top of the head. So just a nice little arc for the top of the head. And then what we'll do is we'll come along with the wing. So our little wing's like a little sort of oval shape. And then our robin's quite a bonny little robin, so let's put a nice big rounded body. We can then add a little bit of a tail. I'm just going to change that wing ever so slightly because I need it to join up at the beginning, so I need it to come like that. Better. And then what we can do, let's just put the line where the brown's going to be. And then we'll come around the red. We can give him a little beak. And then let's just put his eye in. Let's do his feet. Okay, so what we'll do first is let's pop his eye in. See if we can wake his face up a little bit. So we'll just do that nice little black eye. And let's just put a little bit of white in there too. Okay, so we'll start by painting in the brown. So what we'll do, let's do the top of his head. We can do the tail. And then we can also do the wing. And this is all just in this pale brown. And then we can work with some red. And let's just paint in his breast. Being careful around the brown, because I don't want the brown to bleed into the red or vice versa. We'll also be careful around his little eye. So we've got a nice bright red breast. If you do end up with a couple of runs like I've just got there, just grab a dry brush and then just using that dry brush, just lift away any of those runs. There we go. Now what we can do is we can work with a darker brown. And using the darker brown, what I'm going to do is just put a couple of lines of colour just along the wing. And we'll do the same with the tail. And then we'll pop some darker colour just along the top of his head. Okay. There we go. So finally, what we need to do is let's give our little robin a little bit of colour on his beak. And that's it. He now needs to dry, and once he's dry we can complete the ink detail. So I'll be back in just a very short while. Okay, so our chubby little robin is now dry, and what we can now do is we can now just add in the ink details. So we'll start by coming around that body, and we can add in his feet. We can do around the outline of his tail. And then also come around the actual wing itself. Now on the tail, let's just put some little lines up through his tail. We'll come over the top of his head. We'll outline the red of his breast. And then come down around his tummy. Now you can put just a couple of fine wavy lines just to give you that texture, or add to the texture that you've painted onto his wing. And then once he's finished with the outline, you can then add in your border. So let's just line the ruler up, and we'll pop that little dotty border. We'll head up the sides. Okay, and then once you've finished your border, you can then just pop your signature on there. And there you have it, one cute and quite quirky little Bonnie Robin for your Christmas watercolour advent challenge. Hope you've enjoyed today. I shall be back for the final episode tomorrow. Goodbye.